All right, what's up, everybody? So, back on the rat rod again, and after the last video, my dad actually, I was talking to him, and he mentioned something about some safety concerns he had with the front end of this thing. So, with the these little mounts, he voiced some concern with it, of just not being very damn big, and I kind of agreed with him. So I went ahead, did some CAD design with some cardboard, came up with these. So this thing actually is going to wrap around the top of this axle so that no matter what you do, this thing can't come off. So we'll burn this thing on nice and hot, and it's captured. It can't come off of there. So this will be a nice little insurance that this can't come off, because this thing comes loose, and that'd be a real bad day. So I got 4 of these things punched out and drilled, ready to go. So I just got to make sure each one fits, and we'll get them burned on real quick. So let's go ahead and let's do that right now. As you can see, we got these new brackets on here, and I think these are going to work really good actually. When they wrap all the way around like that, there's just no way for them to come off of there. So yeah, I think that'll be, realistically, it's the safest solution I could come up with for it. And my dad's biggest concern was hit a pothole or something, and what's going to keep the axle in front of the car instead of beside it, stuck in a pothole. So these aren't going to come off anymore. So your next weakest link is probably just going to be these arms, and like, you hit something hard enough to buckle these, I mean, you've got some issues going on. So, I mean, we would try and not hit giant potholes and stuff on the side of the road. But this is definitely, I feel a lot better about these than just running these little guys. Definitely handy, but probably not the best solution for those. So I'm going to preheat a little propane torch, preheat this beam, give it a little bit of heat, because it's not, it's forged, but it's cold. It's not hot. It's not warm even. So we'll hit a little bit of preheat on those before we go and tack it on, and we might just burn them on today too. So I don't know, we'll see. Let's go. All right, those are burned in nice and deep. So I think these are going to be great. I like this idea. You don't have to worry about them breaking or coming off. Seems that they wrap around the axle. So we're going to call that done. And eventually I'll get to the bottom ones too. I think I'm going to do the same thing. So it'll wrap around this I-beam as well, but this took most of the day to figure out and do, and I don't feel like working on the bottom all day long either to do that. So we're gonna jump over to the gearbox, steering box. So I've got a little piece of filler steel, cut everything off, that way I could get to everything. So we're gonna weld that thing in there, and then we'll take a piece on the side, plate here, and that'll weld that solid. And then, okay, so then we'll just take this bracket. Actually, I'm gonna trim this off real quick, and after this is all welded back together, I just cut the welds. That way I could just put it right back where it was, and then that'll get burned in, and that will be the finalized location of the steering box. Once that's done, I gotta figure out, I gotta go find a parts truck, because everything I read online said, oh yeah, it's 26 spline. Well, it's not the normal 26 spline out of, you know, something else. So, because I have a bunch of U-joints at work we've been using for doing different swaps, and it does not fit on that. So it's 26 spline possibly, but it's smaller diameter. So I gotta figure that one out yet. Anybody knows the answer to that? Toyota 4-wheel drive joint that goes on that? Let me know. All right, just like that. All right, well, there you go. That thing is done. Mounting bracket wise, that's completely done. Now we're just ready to get a steering column in this thing and figure out how to make that attachment. And these top mounts are done. So now on those, we just need to build a lower bracket for those, and something similar that will basically wrap around and encapsulate the axle shaft so that they can't break off. And then we just gotta start welding stuff in. So it's kind of exciting to actually be able to start welding stuff in so that it's almost done. So that feels good to actually make some forward progress on like burning stuff in. So, well, I think that's it for this video. Next weekend, DDP, we are going to Arizona for the NHRDA open race. So I'll try and get some cool video. Right now, the plan is to take a truck and we're gonna race it. And I think we're going to try and race it in the blue collar 2-wheel drive truck class thing. So if we do that, it's 2-wheel drive. I think I'm driving, and I'll try and get some cool video. And if anybody's around the Arizona area, we're going to Chandler, just outside Phoenix. So if you're around the area, come by, check us out. I don't know how much of a booth we're gonna take. It's gonna be, to my knowledge, just me, Rex, and Lenny going. I don't know that we have much of a booth going or not. So if you see us there, come say hi. But until next time, see you.